Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah because Allah make it easy to us to doing this forum. Not forget, thanks to Miss Nabila as our operator, as our beloved lecturer, and to all friends that watching us right now, and to all people that open this video either in Facebook, in YouTube, or in other social media. Alright, before we go deep into our forum, let's watch this video. Nowadays, we think food is just for eat and something that can fill your life. Furthermore, just little person think who are involved in making food. Food is just not a food, but from food exists exclusive career. And other than that, this exclusive career help to increase economy and decrease amount of employment either in Malaysia nor around the world. Alhamdulillah, that video show us about the synopsis to this forum. Okay, before we start our forum today, I want to introduce all panels today. We have 5 panels today. All of them is a very good person and very nice. Okay, we start to the first person.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Wan Akan Rushdi bin Azadi and I am internship in food industry.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Zuhilmi bin Yusof. I am Master Chef Season 6 Champions.
Oh, Chef, how are you, Chef?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
Alhamdulillah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Nasrul Ashraf bin Ismail. Just call me Mr. Nasrul. My current position is a food specialist in University of Malaya since 2010.
Prof, you look handsome today.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, Mr. Azmi.
Okay, we go to Mr. Tamrizul. Can you introduce yourself?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Tamizul Asrami Kauli. I am a restaurant owner.
So, Mr. Tam, how about your story right now? Is okay or not?
Really good.
Oh, okay. We go to the last panels today. They are the youngest person. Okay, introduce yourself.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Thank you for Mr. Moderator and our panel. My name is Muhyiddin bin Azhar and I'm studying in UiTM as a culinary student. Inshallah, that'll be fine.
So, how about your study?
Okay, Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. Okay, all panel, you relax, okay? Okay, our title for today's forum is Exclusive Career in Food Industry. Okay, before we start, what is meaning by exclusive career in food industry? Exclusive career is mean by something career is very awesome, big, and everyone want to get it, but it's not for everyone. And we go to the food industry. What is mean by food industry? Food industry means it's not just a food, but food is everything. We know you are entrepreneurship in food industry, right?
Yes.
So we want to know for today, audience and all people right now is watching us. We want to know how you involve to entrepreneurship food industry.
Thank you for my moderator. The question is how can I involve in the food entrepreneurship industry? Food industry. I have many factors that make me involve the food industry. The first factor that make me involved it is I want to serving for my security because I know I have the reason why I have serving to society because I want to book some opportunity for my friend. Okay. The second factor is I not interested to wage earner because the first reason why I have not interested to Egypt winners because I know I don't like someone force me to do something. They make me also
Annoying.
yes, annoying. Yes. And then the second reason why is the unsatisfactory salary because just only maybe 100-2,000 ringgit for the cleaner is for me it's low low salary for me. It's not enough to support my family, to eat, my home and my car and others. And the third reason is for me it's not progress for me, to do something. It's just maybe make me boring to do same thing such as factory workers. You just do the same thing to make product. And the last factor that why why I can involve the food industry is now to build a business cone is it's not easy because it's a lack for me. It's a lack of the competitors. The first reason why lack of the competitors is you need a big capital to build the business, and then for me it's not everyone can manage the big factory in the cone. That's all for me.
Before we start to second panel, I am as a moderator want to say very very sorry to all audience that watching us right now because about technical problem. But maybe this is something worth and something new. Why not we should try, right? Maybe it's awesome. Okay, we go to the second panel. Encik Akram says about corn farm is something big. So when we call a something big in food industry, it's related about risk, about challenge. And you, Mr. Tao, we know you are as a restaurant owner, and your restaurant is very well known around Malaysia, but not just around Malaysia, around the world know your restaurant. So, Mr. Tao, can you tell us what is your risk and what is your challenge being a restaurant owner?
Thank you to Mr. Moderator. I will explain what are the risks and challenges that I confront as a restaurant owner. First, financial stability. That's not easy when I open my restaurant at first because I don't have more money. The way that I got money is I do the part-time work and borrow the money from bank. That's a lot of money to start my business. I need a stable finance to get food stock from supplier. I need fund and hire the workers. If I got the workers, I must pay salary to the workers. I must spend for salary costs like marketing, utilities and rent. Okay. Next point is tight competition. When I open my restaurant at first, I feel I cannot compete with family restaurant like KFC, McDonald's and others. But the way that promote my restaurant is I introduce my restaurant in social media. This way can introduce my restaurant to all Malaysian people. And then popularity. When I open my restaurant at first, there's not many customer come to my restaurant. The way I attract my customer is I decorate my restaurant, and this way can give comfort to my restaurant. I will make sure my restaurant give good service and best food to my customer. In addition, lastly, loss. That's not easy when I am I am as a restaurateur, because sometimes profit do not consistent. I was being cheat by my friend, because he say I want to borrow my money, but it doesn't want to pay my money. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tamrizal. Okay, Mr. Tamrizal tell us about his risks. Many challenges he must face. I'm sure the risks, the challenge that Mr. Tamrizal faced make him stronger and still stay in food industry. Okay, we go to the third panel, Chef Amy. Okay, Chef Amy, how did you start your celebrity chef career?
Before that, can I use the microphone?
Oh, of course, yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm more comfortable with it. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How did I start my career as a chef celebrity? It was a long story. Was interested in cooking since I was kid. In the evening, usually my brothers and my sisters, they went out to play with their friends, but me, I'm staying in the kitchen with my mothers to prepare our dinner. My mother is a great person in cooking, so she is my first teacher in cooking. After that, I go to secondary school, and in the secondary school I've joined many cooking competition, okay, and even I've represented my school in the international level competition. I've go to Japan once, and Alhamdulillah, I got third place in the competition. So after the secondary school, I continue my studies in diploma in culinary in a local university in Kuala Lumpur. So at the college, I've learned more about food, cooking skills and others. My beloved teacher there teach me a lot. So the place was the what we say, the main part when I start learn more about cooking. Then after I finish my 3 years diploma program in culinary, I've tried to join a reality cooking show. It's called MasterChef. Okay, you know MasterChef?
Yes,
Yes.
it's very well known, right?
Yes. So I try, then Alhamdulillah, I can join it. I try. So after 12 months, I think, 12 weeks. I mean 12 weeks. The competition, Alhamdulillah, I got champion in the competition. So after I get champion, first place in the competition, in the reality show, I've got many producer out there. They contact me to host some reality cooking show, such as ketuk-ketuk Ramadan, you know,
Oh,
yes,
yes.
ketuk-ketuk Ramadan.
Sheila Rusli, right?
Naam. Yes, I mean yes, with my sister, yes, Sheila Rusli.
Oh, Sheila Rusli, your sister?
Yes, Sheila Rusli is my sister. Then I've joined Lima Rencah Lima Rasa. Have you heard it?
Oh, what is the chef? Who is the chef?
The chef is Shurs.
Oh,
She is
Shurs.
my best friend. Yes.
Oh.
So we cooperate together,
Together.
combine, making the show look really good.
Oh.
Okay. So because of that, Alhamdulillah, I'm here today, being a celebrity chef, and inshallah, in the future, I will try to develop my skill in cooking, and yes, hosting many reality shows in the future, inshallah.
Okay, Chef Emmy. Wow, your answer is very good. Thank you, Chef Emmy. Chef Emmy,
Yes.
actually, I'm always vote you in MasterChef program.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I very appreciate it.
I'm too,
Thank
I'm
you.
too.
Oh, thank
Don't
you.
forget me.
Okay.
Thank you. I very appreciate you too.
Oh. Actually, you Mohidin, you must
Yeah.
make Chef Emmy to be your idol because he is the best student in culinary. So, okay Mohidin, you are a culinary student, right?
Yeah, I'm culinary student.
So, what are the advantages to be culinary student? Can you explain?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for this question. As we know, today the food industry is become trending, mostly in the Malaysia. There is a variety that can be done with the food. So, what I want to say here is that there are some advantages when we involve in the field of nutrition. And first, is very helpful in enhancing student talent in cooking. Why I say like that? Because when we study this culinary, we are not only learning about theory about cooking, but we will practical in the class and and any cooking industry such as a restaurant and hotel. Okay, then that point that I want highlight is about job. Okay, when I talk about job, this is very familiar. This for student when they finish in the study, you will really need to find a job. Okay, what is when you study ending study in the culinary, you will easy to find a job because opportunities in the field of culinary is very high. For example, we can see for ourselves where they have many restaurant and shop eating outlet. In addition, what is the best about this course? Our students are also talented to open their own business premise in the field of nutrition. So that we can create more entrepreneur in the Malaysian mostly. And finally, that I want to say the best of benefit when you join this course, you will get to pursue. You will have the chance to pursue overseas studies, such as in Australia, Chinese, and Arab Saudi maybe. Okay. Conclusion. This all my point. This course is very best among the best of the course offered in university. So that let's follow us to join this course, inshallah.
Thank you, Mohidin. Mohidin, you are student college, right?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
student.
when we said about college, about university, about school, it's all that is related to government. Okay, actually we have one question from audience. Okay, we got this question from Facebook. Okay, the question is, how government support food industry? Okay, I want to give this question to Prof. Nasrul. Okay, Prof. Nasrul, can you explain how government support food industry?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, Mr. Azmi, for the question that gave to me. It is pleasure to be on this panel today to talk about exclusive career in food industry. So the question that the Mr. Moderator gave me before is how government give support in food industry. Okay, I will elaborate it. First, the government gives support to people. Give support to in food industry is to give early exposure to students, especially in syllabus in school, primary school, secondary school, high school, and also university. So in this way, the government can give many benefit to people about food industry, how important the food industry in the world. So second, how government gives support in food industry is to stabilize our Ministry of Health. We know that Ministry of Health is important to make food serve. So everyone that serve the food is always linked with Ministry of Health. So the government also give the rubric marks to Ministry of Health to deduct all the company that not have served in healthy and clean food to people. So they also give summons to people who not make clean food and so on. Besides, other than that, the government also gives support in food industry with give contribution to people who have give contribution to people who want to make a business in food industry. So the people that can make that want to make business food industry, the government also give money to them to start their business. So it is clear that the government support it. Okay, besides, the government also give finance allocation. As we know, the government also give money to people especially working in food industry. So the government always make focus and care about food industry in this country, especially Malaysia. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah, all the question is answered by all five of the panel. Okay, audience. We know Encik Akram is entrepreneurship in food industry. Chef Amy is the chef celebrity. Prof. Nasrul is the specialist food. Mr. Tamrizul, the best owner restaurant in Malaysia. And Muhyiddin, maybe he is the best student in culinary, but
Yes.
I don't know.
Why not?
Okay, before we end this forum, we must make conclusion. Okay, Chef Amy, can you give little conclusion to all audience that can all audience understand what is we discussion for this forum?
Is it okay if I give the conclusion because we have Prof. Nasrul here?
It's okay. You are chef celebrity. You are famous. You
I think
have
Prof. Nasrul
many
is
followers.
better.
It's okay.
So, as a conclusion, food is not just food. Yes, it can create many type of careers, including exclusive careers, yes, such as Prof. Nasrul. Yes. He is a great food specialist, well known in our country, right?
Yes.
So my advice to students or people who have interest in food industry, just go on with the dreams to create their own careers in food. And I hope it can give more contribution to our country in order to be a good country, well known as a country which has its own what we call food cuisine. Yes. Our country have its own special cuisine, right?
Yes.
We have nasi lemak, yes, nasi
My
dadar,
favorite.
in Terengganu nasi kerabu, in Kedah we have, you know, yes, cincaluk in Melaka,
Laksa Penang, right?
Laksa Penang.
Kedah
Yes.
padi.
So we can we need someone who is in the career to make the food famous to the international stage. Yes. If you know, like the Italy or Francis, they have their own food, right? Like spaghetti,
Macaroni.
carbonara, macaroni, and other. They have brought their food to the international level.
Yes.
So why not we try to make our food and cuisine to the international level? Yes. So that's only my conclusion.
Thank you, Chef Amy. Your conclusion is just a little conclusion, but it's boom, what we call very, very max. Okay, maybe that's all for this forum. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
There's faith in my world. It comes back to your teachings and all your words. From your life, I have learned to be patient and caring at every turn. The reason I'm strong, you're where I belong.